What's up, you guys? I'm TJ Harman for you on YouTube, over at _Rel for you on Twitter. And this is a recap to Week 10 of my NFL Weekly Picks for the 2017-2018 NFL season. This is a two-part video, so this will just give you my recap of Week 10. And probably either later tonight or early tomorrow morning, I'll give you my Week 11 picks. All of my against the spread, straight up, and over-unders. So far in Week 10, I am 10-3 straight up, 8-5 against the spread, and in my video pick, I was 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread, and 3-0 over under, which is a good thing because I've been struggling over under for the past couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks if that being the case. So Week 10 is doing just fine for me. There's only one more game left for Week 10, and that's the Monday night game between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers. As you can see, I got the Panthers over the Dolphins in that game on Monday Night Football. I just can't trust Jay Cutler any more than I do Matt Moore because he's just coming off his little injury, and I don't think the Dolphins can handle Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Stewart, as well as that caliber wide receiving core of Devin Funchess, and don't forget the one and only Cam Newton. So I had the Panthers winning that game tonight on Monday Night Football. Going back to my picks from not yesterday, I should say. I told you to take the Minnesota Vikings -1 over the Washington Redskins, and which turned out to be a high-scoring game. But I even told you to take them 42.5 point total of the points and tell you to take it over. It went 68 points. But what crazy about that game was Robert Kelly got hurt again and Kirk Cousins had to lead the way. Also, Vernon Davis, he did what he had to do, tried to do what he had to do, but it kind of failed. Josh Norman at the end of the game, quote, called the Redskins trash for letting the Vikings beat them in their own field, and rightfully so because Kirk Cousins just threw an interception after the Vikings had just scored to regain the lead after the Redskins had taken the lead in the first half. So it was 14 unanswered points in the first half towards the end of the half, and then another touchdown run early in the third quarter, which put the Vikings on ice for the Redskins to kill. And the Redskins just traveled back, but couldn't get no more. 38-30, the Redskins won the game. And that was an over-under straight up as well as an against spread win for me. Next game, I told you to take the Cleveland Browns to lose their 9th straight game over the Detroit Lions, 38-24. I told you to take the Lions. At first was -9.5, and then it went up to -13.5. And what's funny about the game was Cleveland had the lead early in the first quarter, and Detroit just tried to find itself because Matt Stafford was throwing all kinds of passes into the Browns zone, and Browns picked him off, I think, at least once or twice, but Detroit came up with the win. That was an over-under win for me. I told you to take them over 41.5 points or 43.5 points. Shucks, that game went as high as no one did really expect it to be. 62 points was the combined total for that game. Wow. And it was against the spread win for me as well, like I told you before, and straight up. So the Lions still hanging in there in the NFC playoff race, but in their division, they're still doing pretty good at, excuse me, had a hiccup right there, at 5-4. Third game I told you to take the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Atlanta Falcons. As you see, that was an absolute blowout. No one expected Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, and even without the likes of Devontae Freeman, who got hurt, isn't it Tavon Stewart? He kind of came to Tavon Coleman. He came in and led the way, and Julio Jones He struggled for a bit, but it was all in the hands of Matt Ryan and company. Dak Prescott, he was really nothing really nice rushing, but didn't get all the help he need. The Cowboys are going to miss Ezekiel Elliott. They're going to miss him so much because Alfred Morris could not do the job. I think he had 14 carries for 51 yards. That's not going to do it. It's more than what he normally is, but Ezekiel Elliott can do a bit more better than he could. So, and the funny thing about Elliott is he left the country to refocus on his game and try to stay out of harm's way. So I don't know what that means to the Cowboys when he goes away out the country so he can refocus during his 6-game suspension. And he's not scheduled to play again until the Seattle Seahawks in Week 16, and then a New Year's Eve game against the Philadelphia Eagles here in Philadelphia. So I don't know what difference that's going to make because Dallas may end up not being in the playoffs altogether. They keep on losing games that they know they should have won. And I also told you to take that game to go under 50.5 points. Not even close. 34 points was the total in that game, and I told you to take it under, and it stayed under. Woohoo! Good for me. And of course, I had a against spread loss +3 as Atlanta won the game, 27-7. And what more can I say? It was a very good week for me in Week 10 thus far. Here's a look at the rest of the scores. Seahawks, they won their game on the road against the Cardinals. The Titans come from behind. Did they really? The Titans really come from? The Titans really led this game. DeMarco Murray, pretty good play for him. Delanie Walker, he did pretty good until he got hurt, and Marcus Mariota did the job as the Titans go to 6-3. The Chargers, who led the game late, but turned the ball over in overtime as the Jaguars win it 20-17. Leon Fournette, a quiet day for him, but the Chargers really should have won that game. But the Jaguars won their first game on an even week for the first time this season. If I maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, 2017 wins over Jaguars. The New York Jets, I told you, was going to swoon against the Buccaneers. They got swamped in Tampa Bay, 15-10. Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh McCown, your journeyman quarterbacks, played just like they were quarterbacks. And Deshaun Jackson, he had a pretty good game, but no touchdowns. And Doug Martin did pretty well for the Buccaneers as well. Bilal Powell, very quiet game for him. So the Jets fall to 4-6. Chances of them getting to a wild card is likely not going to happen. The Saints, I told you to beat the Bills, 47-10. I had the Saints taking all the points, but I changed it late, thanks to a couple people who should have told you to take the Bills plus in that game, but didn't happen. Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, they really was doing it for the Saints in that game in Buffalo yesterday. These are the Super Saints, and look like Sean Payton has got his team ready for another playoff run. We're not going to say Super Bowl because it's still early. The Bears, I had to lose to the Packers, but the Packers win against the Packers, but the Packers turned around and beat the Bears 23-16. Brett Hundley, even without Marcellus Bennett, oh wow, we'll talk about him in a minute. Bears try to hang in there, but John Fox's calls cost the Bears the game. Red flag for somebody was out of bounds, and it wasn't out of bounds, and it turned out to be something that really wasn't. I don't know what he was thinking, so Packers won in grand style in Soldier Field. I told you to take the Steelers to defeat the Colts. But meanwhile, the Colts did cover those points, wow. But the Steelers shouldn't have really won that game. They were down 17-10 at one point in this game. And they just came back on them. How the hell do you come back on a team? How the hell do you trail on a team that's 3-7? Andrew Luck, by the way, he is going out of the country to start himself back over because there's a rumor spreading right now that this guy, Andrew Luck, may end up playing with the Pittsburgh Steelers as their next franchise quarterback if Roethlisberger decides to hang it up. Don't be surprised about this because this was the prelude as to what could happen during the offseason as Andrew Luck tried to find a home, and the Pittsburgh Steelers could be in it for Andrew Luck. Stay tuned for that. But the Steelers went out 20-17. The Rams all over the Texans, 33-7. I said it would be a 50-point burger game, but not too much. They didn't really need all those points. Tom Savage is just savage. Just unbelievable. I mean, sit him down. T.J. Yates is back as backup quarterback for the Texans. I'd be surprised if he get the nod next week. But the Rams doing all that they could. They're winners again. I think that's the Rams' fifth straight game that they won in a row. And I can't wait till December 10th where the Eagles and Rams do weather right there in that field where they blew out the Texans. Sammy Watkins and the other Buffalo Bill guy, forget his name, Kevin somebody, a 94-yard touchdown pass. Woo! They won't do that to the Eagles, that's for damn sure. Should be fun, nevertheless, between Eagles and Rams in the next 3 weeks. And in the game, the upset of the week, the Broncos, the 49ers get their first win of the season by defeating the Giants, 31-21. I told everybody the 49ers will beat the Giants. Why? Ben McAdoo, he needs to take a sit down with another team, or better yet, no team at all, because he's lost confidence with this team, and it showed in that game yesterday. Eli Manning, he need to be benched because they don't plan on benching him. Why not? They have the second worst record in the NFL right now. Giants could be looking at a 1 or looking at a number 2 or number 3 pick coming up next season. Congratulations to C.J. Bernard getting his first win as a quarterback in his professional career. 76 passing yards, I think that's what it was. Great game for him. And the return of Sterling Shepard for the Giants. Whoopie-doo. Still need Odell Beckham. The Sunday night game, it was the Patriots all over the Broncos, 41-16. Bill Belichick's win number 270. Congratulations to him. Tom Brady, still the GOAT, doing all that they were going to do to the Broncos and more. It was so bad that Brock Osweiler had to be placed for Trevor Siemian, and that didn't make no much difference either. That's the Broncos' 5th straight loss, and it's not getting any better for them. I think it's a 6th straight loss. Maybe the 5th straight loss. Who knows? Who cares? The Broncos are done. They're probably going to get a number 5 or number 6 seed in the NFL draft, but just a tough week for them as well. All right, guys, so those are my Week 10 recaps as of now. Again, I'm going to have the Carolina Panthers to beat the Dolphins tonight on Monday Night Football. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow us on our Facebook page or YouTube Prognosticators at YouTube Prognosticators on Facebook. And you can also follow my YouTube Prognosticators here on on YouTube, as the link and stuff is down below. This is TJ Harman for YouTube, _well on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Remember, I'll see you back here later tonight or early tomorrow for my picks for Week 11. Until then, enjoy the rest of this week and the night's game, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.